So hi there students, welcome back to another video lesson. So we are now on the 5th week or week 5 of our video lesson for grade 7 mathematics quarter 2. So after nating i-discuss yung addition and subtraction of polynomials, so before we proceed to multiplication and division of polynomials, I will be discussing loss of exponent, which is in connection or in connected with our next two operations. So, kailangan muna kasi nating i-discuss ito para madali na lang po yung pag-multiply and divide. Para wala tayong nababiolate na rules. So, let's start. So, for our lesson objectives, first, we will be illustrating a raised to n, where n is an integer. And then we will define and illustrate the loss of exponent. So let's have bases and exponents. So in a raised to n, a is the base and n is the exponent. So yung base, yun yung mismong number. And then n is the exponent, yung number na isinusulat sa itaas after the given number, given constant, or given variable. So what is a base and an exponent? Base is the number or variable that is repeatedly being multiplied in expanded form. So, yun po yung base, yung a, sabi ko nga kanina. And then, pag sinabi naman nating exponent, exponent corresponds to the number of times the base is used as a factor. Okay. So, nakadepende yung magiging sagot dun sa exponent. So, kung siya kasi yung nagdidikta kung ilang beses natin i-multiply yung base sa kanyang sarili. For example, in 2 raised to the 5th power, 2 is the base and 5 is the exponent. It means, yung base na 2, i-multiply natin ng 5 times sa sarili niya. So, that is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So, again, nakadepende po dun sa exponent na given. So, for you to be able to understand exponent tsaka yung base, so let's have examples. So, let's simplify. So, let's have number 1, 2 raised to the 6th power. So, 2 raised to the 6th power is not the same as 2 times 6. Okay. So, ang tamang way po para i-express or i-simplify yung 2 raised to the 6th power, that is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So, sa algebra po, so yung dot sign, yung parang bullet, nag-i-indicate po siya as multiplication operation. So, hindi kasi natin pwedeng gamitin dito yung x is because mumukha siyang variable. So, yung mga letters po kasi in algebra, tawag po sa kanila is variable. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito is just to multiply 2 6 times. So, 2 times 2, that is 4, times 2, 8, times 2, 16, times 2, 32, and then times 2. So, that is 64. So, ibig sabihin, 2 to the 6th power is equal to 64. Next, negative 3 raised to the 4th power. So, ano nga ba ang process dito kapag negative? So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung number 2 tsaka number 3, parehong may negative. Kaya lang, yung number 2, hindi po naka-enclose sa parenthesis. Yung number 3 naman, naka-enclose sa parenthesis yung negative sign. Okay. So, ang mangyayari po dito, i-perform or express natin yung 3 raised to the 4th power, and then, sa final answer, kailangan po natin i-attach yung negative. So, again, hindi po siya equal sa negative 3 times 4. Bagkos, ganito siya. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay. Equals, So, i-attach natin yung negative. And then, 3 times 3, 9 times 3, 27. And another 3, 81. So, it means negative 3 raised to the 4th power, that is negative 81. So, tingnan natin yung difference niya with number 3. So, nagkakaroon kasi ng confusions dito. So, let's have number 3. The quantity of negative 6 raised to 3, or the quantity of negative 6 cube. So, hindi po siya equal sa negative 6 times 3. Bagkos, ganito po siya. Negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6. Ayan. So, negative 6 times negative 6, that is positive 36. And multiplying it by negative 6 again, so it will become negative 216. Ayan. So let's now move on to laws of exponents. So ito yung mga laws of exponents. Iisa-isahin po natin yan. So let's start with product of a power, and then quotient of a power, power of a power, power of a product, negative exponent, and zero exponent. So those laws will be discussed individually with proper examples using givens. So it's either variables, constants, o kaya naman combination ng variables and constants. So let's start. So the first law of exponent is product of a power. So just to recall, yung product, ito po yung result sa multiplication. When two numbers are being multiplied, the result is what we call product. So what is this law? So product of a power says that expressions multiplied with same bases add the exponents. So ibig sabihin po, yung mga expression na pinagmumultiply na pareho yung bases, i-add lang po yung exponents and then simplify. So in symbols or in notations, so that is a raised to m times a raised to n is equal to a raised to the sum of m and 9. So ayan. So same bases, pareho pong a. So i-add lang po natin yung exponent. So yung exponents po natin dito, m tsaka n. So let's have examples. Ayan. So let's have number 1. 2 cube or 2 to the third power or raised to the third power times 2 raised to the fifth power. So as you can see, pareho po ng base which is 2. So ang gagawin lang po natin, 2 raised to 3 plus 5 equals 2 raised to the sum of 3 and 5 which is 8. So yung 2 raised to the 8th power is the same as 2 times 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 2. So, ibig sabihin, isusulat natin yung 2 raised to the 8th power ng ganyan form. Equals, so, what is 2 raised to the 8th power? So, isa-isahin natin. 2 times 2, 4, times 2, 8, times 2, 16, times 2, 32, times 2, 64, times 2, 128, and times 2 again, that is 256. Ayan. So this will be our final answer. So if your final answer is 2 raised to 8, that is incorrect. So mali po ito. Ang proper answer natin or correct answer natin is 256. Kailangan po i-simplify. Next. 3 squared times 3 cubed. So that is equal to 3 raised to the sum of 2 and 3. That is 3 raised to the 5th power. That is equal to 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So, yung product ng ng 3 to the 5th power na yan is 3 times 3, 9, times 3, 27, times 3, 81, and another 3, 243. So again, if your answer is 3 to the 5th power, yung exponential form niya, that is incorrect. The correct answer is 243. Simplified po dapat. Next, x raised to the 7th power times x raised to the 4th power, that is equal to x raised to 7 plus 4. And that is x raised to 11. So, yan na po yung final answer niya. So, since variable naman yan, wala namang value yung x na yan, kundi x lang talaga. So, this will be our final answer. So, let's have the next law, which is quotient of a power. So, quotient, this is the result when two numbers are being divided. So, quotient of a power, expressions divided with same bases, subtract the exponents. So, kung sa product of powers, we add the exponents of same bases. So, dito naman, sinusubtract natin exponents with same bases. So, that is a raised to m all over a raised to n equals a raised to m minus n. So, for you to be able to understand, let's have the next given examples. For number 1, 5 raised to 9 all over 5 raised to 6. So, subtract natin yung exponents. That is 5 raised to 9 minus 6. And 5 raised to 9 minus 6, or 9 minus 6, that is 5 raised to 3. So, 5 raised to 3, hindi po yan yung final answer. We have to simplify. So, our final answer will be 5 times 5 times 5, 125. Next, y raised to the 8th power over y squared, that is y raised to 8 minus 2. And that is 8 minus 2, 6. So, our final answer will be y raised to the 6th power. So, kung sa first example natin, kailangan nating isimplify yung 5 raised to the 3rd power. So, sa second example naman, no need. It's because variables po kasi sila. And then, yung numerical coefficient naman is 1. Next, let's have power of a power. So, power of a power, so expressions raised to a number is raised by another number. Multiply the exponents. So, ito yon. So, kung yung expressions naka-raise sa another exponent, so, ang gagawin lang po natin dito is i-multiply natin yung exponents. So, yung dalawang exponents, m tsaka n. So, let's have examples. Ayan. So, for the first example, the quantity of 2 raised to the 5th power squared. So, ang gagawin lang po natin, i-multiply natin yung exponents. So, sulat lang natin 2 raised to, so 5 times 2. And that is 10, di ba? So, 2 raised to 10 is not the final answer. So, we have to multiply 2 10 times. So, 2 raised to the 10th power, that is equivalent to 1024. This will be our final answer. Next, negative 4, the quantity of negative 4 squared cube. So, this is equal to negative 4 raised to 2 times 3. Ayan. So, 2 times 3, that is 6. So, magiging ano siya, the quantity of negative 4 raised to 6. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan natin multiply yung negative 4 6 times sa sarili niya. So, negative 4 raised to the 6th power, that is equal to 4096. So, baka magtaka kayo kung bakit yung sign is positive. It's because even number po kasi yung exponent. Okay. Next, the quantity of a cubed raised to the 7th power, that is equivalent to a raised to 3 times 7. 3 times 7 is 21. So our final answer will be a raised to 21. So let's have power of a product. Power of a product's expressions raised by a number, multiply the exponents, and multiply the expressions. So ayan po. The quantity of AB raised to M is equal to A raised to M, B raised to M. Okay. So para mas maintindihan nyo, let's have example. So number 1, the quantity of 3 squared, A to the 5th power squared. So ayan. Is equal to 3 squared times 2. Ayan. So 2 times 2 dun sa exponents. And then, A raised to the 5th power times 2. So 2 times 2, that is 4. So 3 raised to the 4th power. And then A. So 5 times 2, that is 10. Equals. So kailangan nating isimplify yung 3 raised to the 4th power. So it's because constant po kasi yun. Hindi katulad ng variable A, yung mga variables, literal coefficients, no need to simplify. Yan na po kasing sagot. As long as positive yung exponents. So 3 raised to the 4th power, that is equal to 81A raised to the 10th power. So this will be our final answer. Next, for number 2, so negative 2 raised to 3. And then M raised to 5 times 3. Then N squared, to 2 times 3. Ayan. So, negative 2 raised to the 3rd power. So, negative 2 times negative 2, positive 4. Times negative 2, negative 8. And then, M raised to 5 times 3, 15. Then, N raised to 2 times 3. So, 2 times 3, that is 6. So, our final answer will be negative 8M raised to the 15th power. N raised to the 6th power. So, ayan lang po yung power of a product. So, let's have negative exponent. Negative exponent, so expressions with negative exponents must be moved to the denominator to become positive exponents and vice versa. That is, so a raised to negative n will become 1 over a raised to n. So, lahat ng mga negative exponents po dito kailangan pong maging positive. So, kung meron tayong term na naka-negative exponents or exponent lang, so kailangan nating i-move sa denominator. And then, kapag naman nasa denominator yung negative exponent, kailangan natin dalhin sa numerator para maging positive. So, tandaan, bawal po ang negative exponents sa mga expressions. Pero pwede yung negative na numerical coefficient. O kaya negative na literal coefficient. Basta yung exponent dapat laging positive. So, let's have examples. So, ayan. For number 1, 8 raised to negative 3. So, since negative yung exponent, kailangan nating i-move yan sa denominator. Magiging 1 over 8 cubed na siya. So, kapag minove natin sa denominator yung expression o yung term, magiging positive na yung exponent. So, and then, simplify lang natin 8 times 8 times 8. That is 512. So, our final answer will be 1 over 512. So, as you can see, nakasimplify na yung final answer natin. Next, 1 all over 9 raised to negative 2. So, kabaligtaran nung nasa number 1, move natin sa denominator. Etong sa number 2, nasa denominator yung negative, i-move natin sa numerator para maging positive. So, magiging ganito siya. 9 squared. And that is 81. Next, W raised to negative 10. Okay? magiging 1 over W raised to 10. Ayan, positive na. Next, for number 4 naman, K raised to negative 5 all over Z raised to negative 2. Parehong may negative exponent ang numerator tsaka denominator, yung mga terms. So kapag ganyan, ang pinakamadaling paraan lang is pagpalitin natin yung pwesto. Ibig sabihin, yung K raised to the negative 5th power magiging denominator. And then Z raised to negative 2 magiging numerator. So ano ang final answer natin? Z squared over K to the 5th power. As you can see, positive na po yung mga exponents. And then yung last law natin for exponent, zero exponent. So basically, ang makikita nyo sa bawat expressions, ang exponent ay 0. So zero exponent, expressions raised to 0 is equivalent to 1. That is, a raised to 0 equals 1. Any term, any polynomial, any number, except from 0, that is equivalent to 1. Example, ayan. So 4 raised to 0, that is equal to 1. And then the quantity of x, y, z raised to 0, that is equal to 1. So kahit isulat mo pa yung mga letters ng English alphabet, A to Z, as long as naka-raise sa 0 yung buong term, yung buong polynomial, that is equivalent to 1. Next, 1 over the quantity of a cubed b squared c raised to 0 is equal to 1 also. Kasi sa baba, magiging 1. And then yung numerator nga, 1. So 1 over 1, that is 1. What if ganito siya? X cubed y squared z raised to the 0 power. Ayan. So, is the answer 1? No. Hindi po 1. It's because ang naka-raise lang po sa 0 is yung term or yung variable na z. So, our final answer should not be equal to 1, but x cubed y squared. Kasi po, again, yung variable z lang ang naka-raise sa 0, hindi yung buong polynomial. Kung sanang ganito siya ang pagkasulat. X cubed, y squared, z, and then raised to 0, that is equal to 1. So, next lesson natin, na i-discuss naman na natin yung laws of exponent na malaking tulong sa next video lesson natin or next lesson natin, which is multiplication and division of polynomials. So, I hope naging clear yung bawat law ng exponent. So, kailangan mapag-aralan, maintindihan nyo yan. It's because malaking tulong yan sa pag-multiply and pag-divide ng mga polynomials. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat.